Let's call this meeting to order. Please rise for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay.
Where is it down there?
What do you need?
My mic is on.
What is mine? Mine.
Mine's on. Yeah. Anyone will be done.
Yeah, anyway.
Is it there?
I plugged the wire. Love to share.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Mayor Kapadas.
Here.
Mrs. Spacio. Here. Mr. Ranieri. Here. Mrs. Moore. Here. Mr. Farrell. Here. Mrs. Kelly. Here. Mr. Root. Here. Mr. Wood. Here. Mr. Basor. Here. And Mr. Wright.
Mr. Wright is here. Public notice of this meeting pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act has been given by the clerk in the following manner. One, posted on the bulletin board in the Borough Clerk's office on January 6, 2015. Two, emailed to the retrospective carrier post on January 6, 2015. Approval of minutes. A motion is in order for the approval of minutes of the March 24th, 2015 and April 7, 2015 meetings as submitted by the clerk, as each member received copies of the same.
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That's reports.
The report of the construction official for the month of April, a total of $9,974 was collected. All monies were turned over to the treasurer. For the report of the borough clerk for the month of April, a total of $9,076.49 was collected for various permits, licenses, including dog and cat licenses. All monies were turned over to the treasurer. For the report of the registrar of vital statistics for the month of April, a total of $3,658 was collected for various death copies, marriage copies, birth copies, and 6 marriage licenses. All monies were turned over to the treasurer. For the report of the police chief for the month of April, a total of $147.45 was collected for accident discovery, solicitor reports, and firearm permits. All monies were turned over to the treasurer. For the report of the municipal court for the month of March, a total of $14,287.28 was collected in fines. All monies were turned over to the treasurer. For the report of the fire chief, the deputy fire chief, for the month of April, a total of $9,974 was collected in April fire fees. There were 74 inspections completed. Total incidents, 178. 2 type 1 permits issued, and emergency medical fees collected for the month, $22,745.42. All monies were turned over to the treasurer. For the report of the tax collector for the month of April, a total of $1,495,734.56 was collected in taxes, and in sewer rentals, $27,553.06. And that's all they have.
Is there a motion to accept the reports as read?
I'll second the motion.
Motion by Mr. Farrell, second by Ranieri. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Motion's carried. Communications.
The first communication is from Dolores Goldman, thanking Mayor and Council for a food basket. And the second communication is from Jamie Fox from the DOT, informing the Mayor that Runnemede has been selected to receive funding for the reconstruction of South Oakland Avenue.
And it was food baskets.
Yes.
Is there a motion to accept the
I would
communications?
like to select to make it on record that it's 210,000 that we're getting from
201.
the, 201,000 that we're getting from the DOT. I'd like that on the record.
Okay. And then the motion to approve as amended? Motion to approve as amended?
I so moved.
Okay, motion by Kelly, seconded by Farrell as amended. All in favor?
Aye.
Public hearings. Ordinance 15-10 is an ordinance amending chapter 153-1, the fees in the Runnemede Code. This is the marriage license fees. It just reiterates the fees we currently have. I'll just clarify. What's that?
I-
Public hearing, I was gonna. This portion of the meeting is open to the public. Anyone wishing to speak on this ordinance, when it's only, please come to the microphone. Seeing no one,
Yes.
I make a motion to close the public portion. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, public portion's closed. Is there a motion to adopt?
Motion to adopt on second and final reading and advertise according to law.
I'll second that motion.
Motion by Kelly, seconded by Passio. Roll call, please.
Can I ask a question first?
Sure.
Who made the motion to close it?
Me.
Nick.
The mayor can make a motion?
You can just close the public.
I closed the public portion.
You can just close it.
I'm gonna close it.
And that's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And no one came up. I noticed that in other meetings, that's why I did
Getting smarter.
it. All right, we're not making that. I closed the public portion. And on another note, hey, I'm watching C-SPAN a lot.
Okay.
Was there any discussion on this? Everyone understands what we're doing, just clearing things out? Okay, roll call.
Mr. Farrell?
Yes.
Mrs. Kelly?
Yes.
Mrs. Passio?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Root?
Yes.
And Mr. Ranieri?
Yes.
6 ayes.
Okay, this ordinance is adopted. Ordinance 15-11 is an ordinance amending the Borough of Runnemede Code, Chapter 50, Article 1, Section 50-1, composition of the police department. This clarifies that we have 1 chief of police, 5 sergeants, 10 patrolmen, and such other officers as the mayor and council deem advisable to appoint from time to time. Is there a motion?
I make a
Public
motion.
portion. Sorry,
Oh.
public again. This portion of the meeting is open to the public. Anyone wishing to speak on this ordinance alone, please come to the microphone. Seeing no one, I close the public. Now,
I make a motion to adopt on second and final reading and advertise according to law.
I'll second that motion.
okay, motion by Kelly, seconded by Passio. Roll call. Hey, we're sitting right next to each
Mrs. Kelly?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes.
Mrs. Passio?
Yes.
Mr. Root?
Yes.
Mr. Farrell?
Yes.
And Mr. Ranieri?
Yes.
6 ayes.
Okay, the ordinance is adopted. Ordinance 15-12 is an ordinance amending Chapter 230 Land Use Procedures in the Runnemede Code. This is, it's to be public, I just want to see what it is. Which one is this?
These are the fees for the planning board and zoning escrow. And also, this suggests that we use joint planning and zoning where appropriate within the ordinance.
Okay, clarifies the ordinance. This portion of the meeting is open to the public. Anyone wishing to speak on this ordinance alone, please come to the microphone. Seeing no one, I close the public portion. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to adopt on second and final reading and advertise accordingly to law.
I'll second.
Motion by Councilman Ranieri, seconded by Root. Roll call.
Mr. Farrell?
Yes.
Mrs. Kelly?
Yes.
Mrs. Passio?
Yes.
Mr. Moore? Mrs. Moore, excuse me.
Yes.
Mr. Root?
Yes.
And Mr. Ranieri?
Yes.
6 ayes.
This ordinance is adopted. Ordinance 15-13 is an ordinance authorizing the Borough of Runnemede to acquire real property known as Block 52, Lots 2, 3, and 4, and Block 53, Lot 1. This is the acquisition of the properties adjacent to the borough, the 4 buildings. Anyone wishing to speak on this, please come to the microphone, state your name and address. You can. I will close the portion, the public portion. We'll do, is there a motion? And then we'll do discussion.
I'll make a motion to adopt on second final reading and to advertise according to law.
I'll second that motion.
Motion by Farrell, second by Passio. Is there any discussion?
Yes, I just want to make sure that whatever the agreement is in place that we have for this, that it includes if there are hazardous materials in that building. Is there any type, I hate the word loophole, but for lack of another word, is there any kind of loophole to make sure that if that building is riddled,
We filled the loophole,
okay,
but I'm
now?
going to read it to you.
Okay, awesome.
It's here.
It is.
All right. Prior to closing, so. So they have to give us, they have to give us an administrative certification or an appropriate letter from the
Okay, is there an amount that you're willing to accept? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, off the top of my head, say it's $30,000 to remove blah, blah, blah,
It's not our
asbestos or
problem, it's their
whatever.
problem.
It's their problem. Okay, all right, I just want to just.
They have to give us a clear title, clear letter. and
That's
no
my
text.
biggest concern.
Yeah, I just haven't changed it.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome, thank you.
Okay, any more discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Fowler?
Yes.
Mrs. Kelly?
Yes.
Mrs. Passios?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Booth?
Yes.
And Mr. Renier.
Yes.
Okay, the ordinance is adopted. Committee reports. Finance, Mr. Ranieri.
Good evening, everybody. I'm going to start with number one. We have chosen a vendor to help us along with our long-term financing for our municipal bonds. We decided on a vendor, we're going to get moving on that process.
That's up for, we have to vote on that tonight. It's on the agenda. So-
And it's on the agenda as well. Also, after everything's settled, our budget has been settled for 2014, we have ended up with a surplus from our delinquent tax account. And that money is being given back to the taxpayers. So there will be no tax increases and there will be tax credits. Decrease, slight decrease, which is really incredible news, so I'm happy to say that. And Joyce had read the amounts of income that we have received in our municipal and also the courts. Other than that, we're moving along, progress.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Public safety, Mrs. Kelly.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Well, I have good news. Chief Moriarty went up to Nesquehoning to look at the Quinn. It will be delivered in 3 weeks. The next 2 weeks, it's going to have the finishing touches. The 3rd week, it will go for all the testing that has to be done. And then it will be delivered to us, and we're thrilled. It'll be the first ladder truck that we've ever had in this community, and it's going to be a marvelous apparatus for us to fight fires. So we continue to protect our people in the best, very, very best way by having this Quinn. So that's the good news. And the police department started their bike patrols, and I'm pleased to announce that it's going off very well. I've gotten many good reports from the people who observe our men out in the community riding their bikes. And they're very active. People don't know and don't expect them to be on bikes. So it's something really wonderful for our community to have these men patrolling. All of them have been trained. All of our officers have been trained and certified. All of them can now take patrols. So this is wonderful. I thank you, Chief, for pushing that and getting our men trained. Really appreciate it. So, they've been very busy in other venues. As you can see, motor vehicle crashes this month, 28. They had 149 arrests this month and only 22 hours of overtime. And you know, we don't have a big department. Our department is lean and mean, and we do all this on the regular hours with just such minimum overtime. So that's the end of my report.
Did you want to report that 2 police vehicles showed up?
I didn't know that they were here.
Oh.
I haven't seen them yet. I haven't seen them yet.
It's top secret.
The chief, you want to make
The
sure
two-
the director knows
Chief,
that
the chief, where are they?
They're out in the parking lot, cars number 4, car number 11, still waiting on 2 computers. Put into them and they're ready to go.
they're not in service yet, but
Oh, not in service.
Yes, but they're lettered and registered and ready to roll.
they're out in the parking lot.
Busy lady.
You want to take a ride, Eleanor?
If you want to drive one around the block, Mrs. Kelly, you're more than welcome.
Thank you, chief. I may take you up on that.
Take Mr. Wood with you.
And then just to piggyback on the agenda tonight is the purchase of the 2 cameras
Oh,
for the
oh.
police vehicles.
I just want to expand on that a little bit. It is now the law that when we buy a new police car, we have to have video cameras installed. And that was Governor Christie signed that law into effect. So the 2 new cars that we are purchasing will be outfitted with video cameras. And this is a good thing. If it had been in Ferguson, we wouldn't be having the problems we have now. And so this is something that I'm really proud to announce. And thank you, Chief, for getting that going for us.
Thank you.
And that's it, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. Public events, Ms. Patsy.
Oh, thank you, Mayor and Council. Youth Mayor and Council Week started on Sunday, and we will continue for the rest of the week, and it will end on Saturday, May 9th. It's a week full of activities and trips, and today we went to Trenton, to the state capitol. We have one of our Youth Mayor and Council girls right out there. How you doing? You have a good time today? Good. Memorial Day ceremony will be on Monday, May 25th at noon on the grounds at the Memorial Site, Blackhurst Pike and Constitution. And I hope to see everyone there so that we can say thank you and honor our vets. A townwide yard sale will be on Saturday, June 6th. Rain date will be June 7th. You can please go on our Runnemede website, www.runnemedej.org. Go into comments and concerns, and in the comments section, you can put that you want to be a part of the yard sale, and there's no fee. The fee has been waived for this year. I met with my committee, and we are going to start to prepare also for the 4th of July, and also for a couple summer concerts. So that's it. That's the end of my report, and I thank you.
Thank you. Engineering, Mr. Farrell.
Thanks, Mayor. I don't have much to communicate. We're working on 3 road projects, Irish Hill, Singley Avenue opening, and just waiting to get them going. Also, Capata's Councilwoman Pat Passio, Chief Bailey. We met with Father Joe and Sister Patricia Monday, and they've reconfigured. They reconfigured that road there, and if I read that, I won't go on. And they're going to, if you've been there, there's a few problems that have come up. They're going to put a no parking sign there, and also from St. Teresa's to Brentwood Realtors are going to paint the street yellow, try to stop the people from parking. Hopefully that'll work. I know the chief's going to enforce that with the police, so that should work. All the rest is progress.
Okay, thank you. Public Works, Ms. Moore.
Thank you, Mayor. Well, let's start by, we're starting to cut grass, so that's the first thing, which goes alongside with yard waste. So yard waste is always going to be picked up on Monday, as most everybody knows. Please put it in an open container or in the brown recyclable bags that you can get at any of the big stores, Home Depot, Walmart, everybody's got them. That way they'll pick it up. If you've got branches or you're picking up sticks, please bundle them, put them in small amounts so that we can tie them up and we'll take them away. But that will continue through on Mondays. Also, recycling is continuing to go weekly. We are actively working towards getting it done in one day. But right now, it's going to continue on the regular scheduled days, and it will be continuing weekly. We're going to be working down at Memorial Day to replace the broken flagpoles that have to be replaced down there around the monument. So those are on the agenda. We are also trying to move the markers that are attached to the poles that the bushes have grown back up over the markers yet again. So we're going to try to relocate them. I'm not quite sure how that's
What are
going
we
to work.
going to do with the spindles at the gazebo, big breaking them down again?
I think that we should just remove the railing, in all honesty. I think the railing should come off and just let it be open. They're gonna try to take off some of the sticker bushes that are around there anyway. Just open it up. It'll be easier to view what's going on in the gazebo when they go by. I don't know what we can do to replace it. I mean, I know we had somebody, that's it, and they've continually done it. But anyway, the flagpoles are gonna get replaced as well as the flags, so that'll be all prepared for Memorial Day. We have purchased a new lawnmower for the Public Works Department. We've also have our trash truck has been ordered, and we are also, are we officially getting the truck, or that's one for tonight?
It's on the agenda tonight to purchase
So we're also
a
getting a new pickup truck.
replace old.
Public Works is going in different direction too. We also have hired an outside consultant to oversee kind of the day-to-day activities. It's been an ongoing thing to try to get the department to work in the direction that this council wants to see them work in. So we are working with this consulting firm and this particular individual who will be down there 3 days a week overseeing the activity. He will be reporting back to, I think it's safe to say, myself, Mr. Wright, and to the mayor to kind of give us an idea of what way we should be going and what direction we should be taking it. So, as always, I remain hopeful, and I'll just report progress for the rest.
Thank you. Parks and Recreation, Mr. Root.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm going to go on my report at caucus, but I do want to add that we finally got a low bid on our lake, our fountain for the lake and the lighting, so we'll be voting on that, resolution 1582. And I just wanted to thank Public Works for the lawnmower donated by Public Works to the RYAA. It was the one that was replaced with the new one, and I'm sure it's a lot better than what they got, so they appreciate it. And I thank you to Public Works for fencing in a little area to hold the lawnmower. So,
We want to see right around the town.
yeah, so everything's moving good. You know, spring, a lot of baseball, softball, soccer. Everybody's doing good. We're going to be over the summer working on Green Acres. I put up benches in the well-aged slabs that we have. So got to let them get used to the climate down there before you put something on there.
2018, 280.
So. And the rest is progress.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Administrators report, Mr. Wright. Okay, you will elaborate on the budget of that. Okay, thank you. Solicitors report. Progress. Engineers report.
Mr. Mayor, I would also like to rely on my report from caucus and what Mr. Farrell had to say earlier. With the exception of tomorrow, we are having a kickoff meeting for the space plan here at Borough Hall and the safety improvements. And the only other question I have is for the solicitor. There's no parking on the county road. We need borough ordinance to be able to enforce that.
Yes.
That's something we should be looking at.
What we're going to do is, the chief sent a letter to myself to answer the county's request to make that a no parking. I'm going to forward his letter with my comments saying that we accept their recommendation. Their recommendation was a lot more extensive. They wanted to have no parking from Triton High School all the way to Schubert, all the way to Blackworks Pike, which was a little unreasonable for all the residents who live on Deep Shade Road. So that's one of the reasons, Mr. Farrell, we had a meeting out there with St. Teresa's representative, and the chief was kind enough to come out there. And the solution that the chief recommended was just a small portion. But we're aware that we're going to have an ordinance, so first we're going to make sure that the county's okay with that, then we'll adopt an ordinance after they give us the
Make sure
blessing.
the borough's protected.
We will send you out there.
Thank you.
You can do it for us. Thank you. Was there anything else?
That's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Old business, we have none. Public comment on agenda items. This is obviously what I'm always trying to get somebody to comment on what we're going to be voting on. As you hear, we're voting on pieces of equipment, things like that, resolutions to award contracts. So this portion of the meeting is open to anyone wishing to speak on the upcoming resolutions. Please come to the microphone, state your name and address. Seeing no one? Oh, do I have one?
No.
Seeing no one, I'll close the public portion. Proclamation. Mr. Witt. This, well, Joyce, I think, right here.
This one you should have a motion.
Oh, this one. Oh, because it's public.
Excuse me, in the borough form of government, doesn't council have to make a motion in the borough form?
I wasn't making a motion, I was closing the public. I won't make motions. This point, okay, is there a motion to close the public portion?
I make a motion.
Trying to expedite it.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, motion by Ms. Moore, seconded by Ms. Passio, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We can keep the public portion open. No, okay, public portion is closed. New business, proclamation, please.
Would you like to read?
I would like
No, thank you. No, you don't want me to? Mental Health Month, May 2015. Whereas mental health is defined as emotional and psychological well-being, which allows individuals to work and enjoy satisfying relationships and participate fully in their communities. And whereas approximately 25% of people experience a diagnosable mental health condition in their lifetime. And whereas mental illness accounts for 4 of the top 10 leading causes of disability. And whereas studies show that mental health is a significant component of physical health. And whereas studies have shown that every dollar invested in evidence-based treatment yields $2 to $10 in savings from lost productivity as well as health, criminal justice, and other costs. And whereas when offered adequate services, wellness and recovery are possible for all who live with mental illness. And whereas mental health awareness, prevention, and education encourage individuals to seek professional and or social support. And whereas the New Jersey State Federation of Women's Clubs and the National Alliance of Mental Illness of New Jersey are working together to raise awareness about the importance of mental health and to advance treatment opportunities for individuals with mental illness. And now therefore, I, Nick Kapadas, Mayor of the Borough of Runnemede, do hereby proclaim May 2015 as Mental Health Month.
Thank you very much. We're gonna ring the bell. Okay, resolution 15-74. So we'll go through these now. It's a resolution authorizing a shared service agreement between the Borough of Runnemede and the County of Camden for maintenance of certain landscaping and irrigation system. To clarify, this is the point footage race that Ms. Moore has been actively pursuing to get done. This basically says that after the work is done by the county, that the borough will take responsibility to maintain that portion, including the sprinkler system.
Yes.
Is there a motion?
I make a motion.
I'll second that motion.
A motion by Ms. Moore, second by Ms. Pacho. Any discussion? Roll call.
Mrs. Kelly.
Yes.
Mrs. Passios.
Yes.
Mrs. Moore.
Yes.
Mr. Farrell.
Yes.
Mr. Root.
Yes.
And Mr. Ranieri.
Yes.
6 ayes.
Okay, the resolution is adopted. Resolution 15-75 is a resolution awarding a contract of Camden County Energy Recovery Associates LP as part of the cooperative pricing system bid for solid waste disposal fees. This is where we take our trash, county incinerator, their fees went up slightly. Is there a motion?
I make a motion.
I'll second that motion.
Motion by Moore, second by Pacho. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Passios.
Yes.
Mrs. Moore.
Yes.
Mr. Farrell.
Yes.
Mr. Root.
Yes.
Mrs. Kelly.
Yes.
And Mr. Ranieri.
Yes.
Resolution 15-76 is a resolution authorizing 2015 appointments. This is in the fire department, Robert J. Ash, part-time EMT for $12 per hour. And in the municipal court, we are reappointing Mr. Nicholas Trebosh, municipal court judge, from April 1st, 2015 to April 1st, 2018 for $17,208 per year. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, second. Mr. Ranieri, resolution second by Pacio. Any discussion? Roll call, please. He was loud.
Mrs. Kelly.
Yes.
Mrs. Moore.
Yes.
Mrs. Passios.
Yes.
Mr. Farrell. Mr. Root.
Yes.
And Mr. Ranieri.
Yes.
Right, the resolution is adopted. This is a request authorization for the proper officials to sign the New Jersey State Firemen's Association membership application. Ms. Pinto, are you more familiar with this one?
Yeah, we do these all the time. These are our firefighters that are allowed to join the association. I just need approval because it's the clerk that has to sign this.
Okay, the clerk signs it.
Authorization, yes.
So we need a motion to approve the clerk to sign.
I so approve, and I make the motion.
And I'll second the motion.
And we don't need a roll call. All in favor? We just need a motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the clerk can sign the application. Resolution 15-77 is a resolution authorizing 2015 budget to be read by title only at the time of the public hearing. This allows us to not read every single line of the budget. This allows us just to simply gloss over it. Is there a
Motion.
make a motion, Mr. Root, second by Mr. Farrell. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Don't need it.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was a motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Now this is the public hearing portion. Public hearing, 2015 municipal budget. Anyone wishing, you want to present the budget first of all, or? Mr. Ranieri, are you good enough for the?
Yeah.
Okay. Once again, to reiterate, we are decreasing the local tax rate. So this portion of the meeting is open to the public. Anyone wishing to speak on the budget, please come to the microphone, state your name and address. Seeing no one, we will close the public portion. Resolution 15-78 is a resolution authorizing reimbursement of 2015 homestead rebate funds.
You can't adopt, Cameron.
No.
So that's all you do is have a public hearing for the,
Yeah, we're not adopting.
for the budget. Okay.
So are you okay with the next one then? 1578?
Yeah, if you want to, yeah. This is, I explained this at our Monday meeting. This gentleman would like his rebate refunded.
As opposed to taking a credit on his tax.
Well, almost everyone just puts the credit into their next quarter. He has some issues, so he has.
That's fine. Is there a motion?
I make a motion.
I'll second that motion.
Motion by Morse, second by Passio. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Farrell?
Yes.
Mrs. Kelly?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes.
Mrs. Passio?
Yes.
Mr. Ranieri?
Yes.
And Mr. Ruth?
Yes.
The resolution is adopted. Resolution 15-79 is a resolution authorizing the disposal of borough property which has no value.
This is the fire department.
This is sounds like it's a generator, a cutter, and a combination. Is there a motion to?
I so move.
I'll second that motion.
Motion by Kelly, second by Passio. Any discussion?
Whenever a Hearst hydraulic breaks in Stratton County uses it.
Okay.
And a Hearst model ML hydraulic cutter.
Okay.
And a Hearst model ML16 hydraulic combination tool. These
Sounds
made
like
with that
fire
already.
department.
Fire
Yeah.
department stuff.
Yeah, that
They
sounds
don't-
like fire department stuff, okay.
There's no value. So we have a motion and a second. Roll call?
Mrs. Kelly?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes.
Mrs. Passio?
Yes.
Mr. Root?
Yes.
Mr. Farrell?
Yes.
And Mr. Ranieri?
Yes.
I believe they're just giving it to the fire,
I think so.
Fire company.
yes.
Or just donating?
Correct.
Okay. Resolution 15-80 is a resolution adopting the corrective action plan for the 2013 audit. This basically says that we fix what happened in 2000, which I believe we did. Is that correct? Pretty much.
Well, because we were different.
Okay. Sounds good. So is there a motion?
Motion. I'll second it.
Motion by Farrell, second by Root. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Kelly?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes.
Mrs. Passio?
Yes.
Mr. Root?
Yes.
Mr. Farrell?
Yes.
And Mr. Ranieri?
Yes.
Okay, resolution 15-81 is a resolution accepting the low quote for projector and screen system for council members. Just to clarify, even though this bid is only for $5,300, I think it makes sense when we're making these kind of purchases that all members of council understand, even though it's a budget item, it's not a bond item, it's simply an operation expense, but and let the public know that we are buying a projector, things like this. Mr. Lowell put it out for bid, and the bid came in, one was twice this number, and this is half the cost.
What will the projector and screen system be used for?
Mr. Wright, would you like to elaborate?
Actually, there's going to be two screens with it. One screen will be over here, and the other screen, I believe, is going to be about where the cable is here. So it'll be, it comes from the wall that you see in some places where you go to trainings, and it'll be able to swivel from side to side. So when we have trainings, we've been having more JIF trainings. We're also going to offset the cost with JIF money next year, and although it'll be delayed, it'll be charged back. And also the chief is looking into DWI money, so when they have the people appear, they'll be able to do the videos for the court as opposed to having to go back to the judge's chamber. So basically, the one screen will go here, the other for trainings, the other screen will be over there for the public meetings. So basically, for training, for public meetings, it's not the training stuff.
So when we do the budget presentation, Mr. Wright,
Yeah,
has
he
all
can
these
put it up.
charts.
Oh, good.
I need a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second that motion.
Motion by Ranieri, second by Patsy. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Kelly?
Yes.
Mrs. Passio?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Root?
Yes.
Mr. Farrell?
Yes.
And Mr. Ranieri?
Yes.
Okay, the resolution is adopted. Resolution 15-82 is a resolution accepting low quote for the fountain at Hirschley. Once again, this is below the bid threshold. The numbers came in very well, $11,825. This includes the light package, the changes. Is that correct, Mr.
Changes different colors for the season.
And this helps aerate the lake. So at this point, is there a motion to adopt?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Motion by Mr. Root, second by Ms. Moore. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Kelly?
Yes.
Mrs. Passio?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Root?
Yes.
Mr. Farrell?
Yes.
And Mr. Ranieri?
Yes.
I have a question, I do have a question. Is it still gonna be taken out seasonally?
Yeah, part of our, part of the treating of the lake is also going to be winterizing the fountain.
Okay.
So now what will it be put in, you know?
What's that?
When do we get to see?
What will it be put in?
Don't
I
have
don't know yet.
contracts probably once we approve it
Yeah, we got to
tonight.
approve now, we got to get the electrician, can start now, then they have to do PSC&G, come down the pole, and then when that's done, the fountain guy can come in.
Do you want to get our chairs to sit
Soon.
right there? When the plug goes in.
Okay, the resolution is adopted, and we'll make sure we know when it's going to be turned on.
Okay.
Resolution, yes.
Mayor, just on that, for public sake, that is being funded from the 2011 bond
Yes.
for Hurst Lake, so. this-
That money was sitting around for 5 years, so it's finally getting done. Resolution 15-83 is a resolution awarding a professional service contract with Acacia Financial Group, Inc. as our financial advisor. This has been required for us to sell our municipal bonds. They were the lowest bidder on their overall cost. Is there time for a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second that motion.
Motion by Mr. Ranieri, second by Ms. Passio. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Kelly?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes.
Mrs. Passio?
Yes.
Mr. Root?
Yes.
Mr. Farrell?
Yes.
Mr. Ranieri?
Yes.
Okay, the resolution is adopted. Resolution 15-84 is a resolution authorizing purchase of a pickup truck from Winter Ford under state contract. This is an F-350, which will replace an old GMC, is that correct this morning?
Yes, it is.
State contract, so we didn't have to go out for bid. It was a good price, I think our PPA said it was a good price.
And our new
So
color.
we need, in a new color,
And our
white.
new color white.
It's actually in stock, Chief. You can actually go pick it up. Roll call, motion please.
I make a motion.
I'll second that motion.
Motion by Ms. Moore, second by Ms. Passio. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Kelly?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes.
Mrs. Passio?
Yes.
Mr. Root?
Yes.
Mr. Farrell?
Yes.
And Mr. Ranieri?
Yes.
6 ayes.
The resolution is adopted. Resolution 15-85 is a resolution authorizing the purchase of 2 police car video cameras from WatchGuard under state contract. Mrs. Kelly already elaborated. Is there a motion?
I will make that motion.
And I will second that motion.
Motion by Ms. Kelly, second by Ms. Passio. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Kelly?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes.
Mrs. Passio?
Yes.
Mr. Root?
Yes.
Mr. Farrell?
Yes.
And Mr. Ranieri?
Yes.
6 ayes.
The resolution is adopted. Resolution 15-86. Is that correct?
Yep.
Is a resolution authorizing the borough engineer to proceed with the design and reconstruction, or design and reconstruction of South Oakland Avenue. And let's just clarify.
Now, this is where the 201,000.
This is the 201,000.
This is all the design.
Yes.
That's it.
Okay, this is the design, to clarify for everyone.
For the full?
In Caucus, it was for the full. This goes from Evesham Road to Clemensbridge Road. Is that correct?
Base bid, 3 alternates.
The base bid and 3 alternates, because we do not feel we have enough money to do the whole road, but we'll see. Is there a motion?
I make a motion.
I'll second that motion.
Motion by Mr. Farrell, second by Ms. Passio. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Kelly?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes.
Mrs. Passio?
Yes.
Mr. Farrell?
Yes.
Mr. Root?
Yes.
And Mr. Ranieri?
Yes.
6 ayes.
Okay, the resolution is adopted. This is a first reading for ordinance 15-09. This is bond ordinance authorizing the completion of various capital improvements to the sewer utility in the borough of Runnemede. This is for $1.550 million for the sewer. This is reintroducing because that's, okay.
What is this?
This is the one we've already done, we just needed a clarification because of timing, we just need to do it again.
Is this the slip line?
This is the slip lining of about 20 or 30, between 20 and 30 locations.
4 miles.
4 miles worth of
I
pipe.
want to explain that, people so they know this zip line, and it's just so that.
Yes, what we're doing, if you recall, those of you who've been to these meetings, some of you, We've had some damage to some of our sewer lines, and last year, the one damage alone cost us $123,000 to fix 10 feet of pipe. So by spending this $1.5 million, we can do 4 miles of pipe. And what it is a plastic material that is shot into the sewer lines. It is then heated, which makes it expand and harden, and then the holes are cut out for the laterals, and it allows this pipe to last a hopefully very long time. Because actually digging up all these roads would be very difficult. So the engineer plus the sewer department went out and identified where they thought the biggest problem areas were, and that's why I said it's between 20 and 30 locations over 4 miles of pipe all throughout the entire municipality. And once again, the clarification, that's why the number 1509 seems a little out of whack. We're just reintroducing for clarity because of our application to get the 1.5 million. So we need a motion.
I'll make a motion
I'll
to
second.
adopt.
And I'll second.
Oh, no, we gotta read the little blurb.
Oh,
Motion to adopt on first reading.
yeah. And advertise according to law, the public hearing be held on the 3rd day of June 2015.
I second.
And second by Ms. Moore. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Kelly.
Yes.
Mrs. Passios?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Root?
Yes.
Mr. Farrell?
Yes.
And Mr. Rivera?
Yes.
6 ayes.
We have the payment of the bills. Does someone want to make a motion to pay the monthly bills?
I make a motion to pay the monthly bills.
I'll second that.
Okay. Motion by Ms. Passios, second by Mr. Ranieri. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Kelly?
Yes.
Mrs. Passios?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Root?
Yes.
Mr. Farrell? And Mr. Rivera?
Yes.
6 ayes.
We could do each resolution as a clump, as a total, but I think, there is a point, of all these things are so unique. I think it's good that we discuss them because every committee doesn't always know exactly what's going on. It's good for clarification. And hopefully all of you appreciate it. So at this point, the meeting is open to the public. This is the good and welfare portion. Anyone wishing to speak, please come to the microphone, state the name and address.
Geez, hi, Marie.
I missed the whole first part of the meeting, when I stopped over.
We just authorized $38,000 for the engineer to design from Evesham Road to Black Horse Pike.
Okay.
Once the design is done, we'll put it out for bid with a base bid.
Approximate.
There's be a base bid and 3 alternates. We received the $201,000. I would say the process takes,
It'll be out to bid within 2 months.
Okay.
By the time we survey it, get it designed,
Okay.
advertise it in the paper, and the bill, and all that.
Okay.
You're looking at-
our goal is to go out for bid by the summertime.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Good evening.
What do you think?
I'm back.
You can push it down. Okay.
Evelyn McCausland, 499 Lakeview Drive, Runnemede. I don't know if you remember, I was here months ago, and I asked you to look into the situation about my request for no parking on one side of the street. You're all shaking your head, you remember me? Okay. I'm talking about the situation that I think is unsafe. We're talking about 3rd Avenue and Center, where the cars are parking right there, where they're coming up from Bolt School, they're coming from Bingham School, they're trying to come down the 3 houses where I had requested, could we possibly have it painted yellow and have no parking? And I was just wondering if there's any update on that?
There was a report done by, I think, the police chief.
They did go out.
Chief, would you like to at least elaborate or help us out?
Hello. Yes, I did form my report, which I agree with you, and I believe that there should be no parking from that stop sign on back.
Yes.
Since the house is there to have driveways.
Right.
Council is,
Oh, you agreed with me then?
I agree.
Oh, I never heard from anyone.
For the council,
There's a second part to this.
And that was months ago.
Yeah, the chief agreed, but then I believe the engineer went out there. Did you remember your report?
We looked at it as a committee and we didn't see it as an issue.
Yeah, I
No
think that-
issue?
Does anyone remember the exact circumstances?
Because the buses can't get up and the cars can't get down, and you've got the crossing guards standing there trying to, I'll be glad to Channel 3 out, because it is a nightmare.
no parking, I agree with you.
You're
Can we call
everybody's
them?
agreeing with me.
I agree with you. I went out there right afterwards and I wrote a report. Council has it. The
Okay, we'll look into it again. I apologize that we didn't respond to you. We'll look at it.
That's my first safety issue. My second one, in fact, Patty heard it at the senior citizens meeting. My second issue, I don't know, can council talk to somebody about Clements Bridge Road and the traffic light? Is there any way they can get a delay or something so that people can make the left-hand turn or make some kind of turn at Clements Bridge and Blackbird Pike or not?
Yeah, that's a DOT issue, I would believe.
I think that's
And I did, and I
what
did,
it's been looked
I did
into
say that at the
before.
senior
No.
meeting, it's not.
Yeah, they talk about, at the
Yes,
senior
it's
meeting.
something that's
Hold on,
not
guys,
easy.
guys, hold on.
Okay, but the other issue, as far as I'm talking about, can somebody look into that?
Yes, we were just discussing it before the
I
meeting.
mean, it is, I saw a couple accidents, and I'm like, this is really, really dangerous. I mean, that's the only reason I'm bringing it up, because it's really dangerous.
Especially when people are coming from the hall, from each end,
Oh, I mean, I'm talking about
It is a county.
Yeah.
the Third Avenue issue, Third Avenue.
That's a state road, that's a state road.
No, it's a state road, yeah.
Clements Bridge, the light situation is, we did talk to the county, and, I know it's a state road, but the county can do it with the lights.
They can, the county's only
We already
responsible
talked
from
to-
the
we already
pike
talked
back,
to-
but from the pike heading towards Barrington is the county, the state.
It's the light. We're just dealing with the light. We're not reconstructing any of the road.
I
County
understand
can do
that.
the light.
But the light is still part of the responsibility of the state.
No, it's the county. The county is telling us they can take care of it.
So you spoke to someone?
Yes, I
Oh,
spoke
okay,
to
that's
someone.
good. But meanwhile, my issue on Third Avenue and Center, we
That's-
can't paint that yellow.
I deal with that every day, so.
You know what I'm talking
yeah.
about?
Excuse me, Chief, didn't you go out there with us? I'm getting it back.
Yes, unfortunately, Department of Highway Safety for the state and the county, getting anything done, unfortunately.
We're back on Third
No,
now.
we're back on
We're
Third.
back on Third. We got two
First,
issues.
yeah, we went out there, and I agreed, and you have my report.
Yes.
I submitted, I think there should be no parking. There's already no parking back to the stop sign. I want to extend it further, all the way back to the intersection. And because the houses there have driveways,
They all do.
and if they have more cars in the driveway that can fit, then you can park on Center or Simpson. It's just, we have to put the safety of the children first.
We've had a
And,
lot of children.
yes, and put the safety of the children
Are we
first.
talking about,
You were there.
Center and
Center Third.
we're talking about Center Avenue.
It's a wide street.
Yeah,
And
and
then
that's
Third
why.
Avenue, so you've got your buses coming up from Volks, they're coming up Third Avenue. You've got people coming down Third Avenue. You've got, right at St. Teresa's, the hill. You've got big
St.
school.
Ready.
It's right there, and you can't get, nobody can get through. God
Yeah.
forbid
Yeah,
an
if they park,
ambulance
if
comes.
they park on both sides, there's only one room. enough
One
people
car,
going.
Because
yes.
they're parked on both sides and you can't get parked through. So somebody has to back up here and somebody has to back up here. Nobody can go. It's terrible.
We'll review it again. I don't know why it got sidetracked. The only thing I can possibly remember, not to belabor this, is that there was some issue, but we'll look into it.
Oh, thank you so much, because I kept thinking, well, someday I'll go past and we can't go, and then it's almost a year, I think, since I.
Yes, and, Mr. Mayor, to answer her other question, unfortunately, you and I, and Mrs. Kelly, Mayor, Council, we've done extensive dealings with county highway safety and state highway safety. As you well know, having them do certain things requires motor vehicle crashes,
Right.
injuries, and fatal accidents.
Which we've
Unfortunately,
had,
fatal
which
accidents.
we've had right there this year.
It took fatal accidents to occur in the area where we put the pedestrian crosswalk, which we have to show.
Yes.
I've been asking the state for years also to do one on West Huntersford Road, and they look at our stats and say, due to the numbers, your crashes and fatal accidents do not support us changing roads. So for lights to be changed for the state and the county, it must go off of fatal accident crashes and crashes involving serious bodily injury. As horrible as that sounds, that's what they go off of. I didn't make that up. Me personally,
Oh, trust me, I
I would
believe
agree.
you.
I was more shocked than everybody else was. I was looking at really, but that's really what they go off.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll definitely look into this.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Anyone else wishing to speak?
I just, if I can elaborate on where she's talking about, because I'm sure you see it. What's happening is the people aren't even stopping at the stop sign on Center anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's at Rachel Idleson's corner.
Okay.
And if you're, I come down Third. So as I'm coming down Third, the people, not only can only one car get by, but the people coming down Center are stopping at the stop sign, which now you have to see it. And if the committee goes out, I recommend doing it in the morning. That's when you're actually gonna see it. You need to go out there when, like, right before it both starts. It's the only time you're gonna see the problem. Going out there just and looking at the curb and where people park, you need to actually see it in action. It's awful. She's gonna end up, I'm sure everybody has their own issue, but it's bad.
Okay, thank you very much. Anyone else wishing?
No, thanks.
Anyone else wishing to speak? Okay, at this point, is there a motion to close the public portion?
I'll second that motion.
Motion by Ms. Moore, second by Ms. Passio, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the public portion is closed. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn?
I'll second that
Motion by Ms. Moore, second by Ms. Passio, all in favor to adjourn?
Aye.